Two animes, two completely different concepts, both executed perfectly, that they've built some of the most die-hard cult followings in all of anime. So in today's video, we're combining both series to answer the age-old question: what if Baki characters had stands from JoJo Bizarre Adventure? And what powers would they possess? If you're not familiar with Baki or JoJo's, I'm going to give you guys a brief description on both stories. So, the story of Baki is about a perfectly average and totally normal teenage boy who's been raised by his loving single mother until his ruthless, abusive, alcoholic father comes back into his life and acts and kills her, leaving young Baki an orphan. As a result, Baki dedicates his life to training and fighting unbelievably strong and absurd opponents, just so he could get powerful enough to get revenge on his father, Yujiro Hanma, also known as the world's strongest monster, aka the Ogre, aka the Mighty One. Now, explaining JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it starts off with a secretly gay vampire haunting an entire family lineage. All because back in the 1880s his adopted family loved him, respected him, gave him everything he wanted, and raised him like one of their own. Totally understandable, because I too would hate being adopted, loved, respected, provided for, and recognized. Despite their wildly different stories, both series are known for having overly masculine men with slight homoerotic tendencies, tasteful display of human bodily fluids, beautiful dynamic poses, and plenty of man-on-man actions for the audience to enjoy. Oh yeah, and the occasional boring fight scenes that literally no one asked for. Because let's be honest, that's not what we're really here for. Starting off with the protagonist himself, Baki Hanma. For his stand, I gave him two potential names, Phantom Pain or Unyielding Spirit. And designing the stand itself, it turned out great. I gave him 4 arms, covered in wraps, faceless, star-shaped head, and a ghostly appearance. So, now getting straight into the abilities. For his first ability, his stand can transform into any opponent Baki has previously defeated, recreating their abilities at the level they possess when Baki has defeated them. For his second ability, his stand can perfectly copy any technique after seeing it only once, then improving it slightly to make it even more effective after repeated use. For his third ability, Phantom Pain can cause opponents to experience the pain of attacks before they've actually hit, disturbing their timing, reaction, and decision making. For the next character is my favorite character in Baki. He became a Yakuza at 15 years old, and he became one of the strongest in the Baki universe without training. This is what he looks like. For Hanayama's stand, I cheated a little, so instead of making a new design, I decided to make the tattoo on Hanayama's back come alive and fight alongside him. I then named the stand Scar Testament or Death Grip. For his first ability, anything the stand grabs become completely locked in place. Momentum, movement, space, and even energy cannot escape its grip. For the second ability, while Hanayama remains standing still, he is completely immovable. His body takes 50% less damage, and no force, stand ability, or attack could push or displace him. For his awakened ability, this is inspired from Hunter x Hunter, with Netero creating Buddha and projecting like Buddha hands. So I thought this would be a great fit for Hanayama. Explaining Hanayama's abilities, his first ability and awakened ability is based on his most notable move, the Vice Grip. This involves grabbing an opponent's limbs so tightly that the blood is restricted, causing the limb to explode from the pressure. His second ability is inspired by Hanayama's fighting style. He refuses to dodge and absolutely tanks all hits. Crazy part, he doesn't react at all. He's so nonchalant about it. Oh, you punched me in the face? That's okay. Oh, you stabbed my fist? That's okay. Oh, you shoved bullets in my mouth and exploded it? Oh, that's okay. He's an absolute fucking beast. Next character is my second favorite in the entire series, Jack Hanma. I designed his stand based on the Megalodon shark with the most powerful bite in all of animal history. If you don't know, this is a prehistoric shark during the dinosaur age. Also for the stand's design, I added green tubes in the stand's body to represent the drugs Jack abused to get stronger. Kinda like Bane does for Venom. Finally, for his stand's name, I named it Devourer, or if you want to go on the goofy side, I gave him 2 funny names, Toothache or Hangry. For his first ability, he gains power by biting or consuming parts of an opponent, allowing Jack to absorb their strength, stamina, and even learn their techniques. For his second ability, he rapidly mutates Jack's body during battle to adapt to any situation. He can grow longer limbs, develop denser muscle, sharpening his teeth, and evolve other physical traits as needed. However, he could use this like 2 to 3 times. Excessive mutations can become unstable and damage his own body. For his third ability, his awakening, Jack can sacrifice parts of his body, muscle mass, blood, or stamina, so he can unleash a powerful finishing attack. Explaining Jack's abilities. For his first ability, Jack is known for his biting techniques used in combat and his titanium teeth. For his second ability, Jack is hyper-focused on constantly training and willing to sacrifice his body through steroids, surgeries, and relentless training in order to become stronger. For his third ability, it's inspired from My Hero from Fat Gum. He sacrifices his mass to unleash a powerful attack. For the next character, he's the best swordman in all of Baki, but he was defeated by a homesman, but we don't talk about that. His name is Musashi Miyamoto. I named his stand Sword of Japan, and I designed his stand off of a golden samurai. For his first ability, he can slash through anything including intangible forces such as air pressure, sound waves, gravity, void, and other stand abilities. For his second ability, he creates a deadly zone around Musashi. Anything entering this area is instantly detected, allowing him to react before the opponent can attack. For his third ability, his Awakening, he can see weak points where a single perfectly placed strike guarantees victory. Explaining his abilities. This is pretty straightforward. This is based on him being a samurai, him cutting, detecting, and killing. For his second ability, that's inspired by Hunter x Hunter, when Killer was in his Godspeed form, and he throws a kick and lightning forms around him. For the third ability, that's inspired by Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, because he's able to sense threads using his sense of smell, which doesn't really make sense to me at all, but he could identify vulnerabilities on opponents, making critical strikes easier to land. The final character, the world's strongest creature, Yujiro Hanma. For his stand's name, I gave it the Walking Disaster, and this is what his stand looks like. That's right, you saw it correctly, he is the stand. Or if you really want to, you can make his demon back his stand and kind of use it like Purple Hermit from Jojo. Originally, I did have another idea for Yujiro's stand. It would have been a tiny and cute demon and would evolve with his first ability. It would have been ironic because Yujiro is the apex predator in all of Baki. He is the predator. For his first ability, the stand feeds on opponent's fear and converts Yujiro's killing intent into raw physical power. The stronger Yujiro's bloodlust becomes, the harder every punch, kick, and attack hits. For his second ability, the stand instantly analyzes any opponent, identifies their strengths, weaknesses, their fighting style, body mechanics, and mindset. For his third ability, his Awakening, it overwhelms weaker wills automatically. Anyone with significantly less fighting spirit becomes paralyzed, loses the will to fight, or submits on the spot. Explaining his first ability. That's because literally everyone shits their pants when face to face with Yujiro Hanma. He beats children. SA men because he literally sees everyone as women. He rips people's faces off. He makes US presidents pledge allegiance to him. He defeated the United States Army by himself. He punches earthquakes. But he was put down by tranquilizers and nets. So let's ignore that part. For his second ability, he's simply the world's strongest creature, honestly. So he knows all the techniques and all the martial arts, apparently. For his Awakening ability, that's heavily inspired by Conqueror's Haki from One Piece. But that's it for the YouTube video. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. And one major takeaway, Baki and Jojo have one thing in common. Their fan bases are gay. My apologies, my mic cut off. I meant to say they're gagging on their favorite character's cock because they're secretly gay. But that's it for the YouTube video. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.